What is going on, guys? Welcome back to your Lake Fork Guide. We got a special episode. We're back here on Lake Fork, the Goat Lake today, and we're going to do something a little different. Got my boy John Bolin. John, turn around and wave, say hi.
What's up?
There he is. Look, Johnny the Kid, as they call him.
Johnny the Kid.
Johnny the Kid is in the house today, folks. We're going to go out on Lake Fork and get after. We're going to do a little different formatted video. Today's going to be some Lake Fork bass fishing like we usually do out here. The difference is today we're going to do like raw, uncut footage. So trying something a little new here. Let me know what you think. Drop in the comments what your opinion of this is. If you want to see more like this, if you hated it, whatever it may be, let me know what you think about it. We're going to go out and just take you guys along. This video will be super long. We're not going to cut anything out. The only thing I'm going to cut out will be the time when we're running around the lake and maybe a couple sneezing fits because it's springtime and that's kind of how my allergies go. So if you see a cut in there, it's probably because I was sneezing or sniffling or something like that, because that happens to your boy this time of year. But hey, man, it is middle May, which is a great time of year to be on Lake Fork. Now, of course, when you're filming, this is the way things go. All the floodgates are open. They're dumping water out of Lake Fork. That would be because we just got flooded. And I'm talking about absolutely flooded, dirty, muddy water pouring in the lake from every creek night before last. And now I'm going to take you on one of the lakes that get me. Lake Fork can be a little cantankerous, folks. I don't know if you're aware of this. Lake Fork is the greatest big bass lake I've ever seen in my lifetime. But the fish can be a little peculiar out here, a little tough to catch at times. And so anytime you're going to try to do some raw uncut footage and you're dealing with a little bit of adverse conditions, it makes you as a fisherman that's trying to produce the content a little bit nervous.
We're still going to catch them.
Or we could just go whack them. Y'all stay tuned. Okay. Yeah. Dude, it was like huge. See, that's the kind of stuff we can't say today because we're rolling uncut footage. We can't be like, these dang God customers leave all this line of us bull.
Hey, I'm just gonna point this out. You're the one that said it, not me.
Yeah, whatever. What, we've all said that.
Yeah, we've all said
and it might very well be our own fault that we have loose line in this pool, but we're gonna blame it on the guide customer, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
100,000% we'll blame it on the guide customer. You got that Cinco out? The clout stick bait. Yeah, dude, as calm as this today, that we may have to go that route, that slow route, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to, but if we got to, I'll do it.
So
I really don't want to, though.
For the folks at home, just so y'all know, we got super bright and obviously super bright. Y'all can see that. Probably can't even see us right now. And we're talking to you. It's like the shadows of darkness are speaking to you. Darkness is speaking. But super calm, super bright conditions with, you know, some off-colored, recently flooded water. So not just an ideal situation, but it is May, so we should be able to round up a few, hopefully. But that being said, with it, anytime it's, you know, real slicked off and calm and real bright and sunny, those weightless plastics can oftentimes be your best friend, man. They can often be your best friend in that situation. So I know I just picked up the chatterbait to start with, and John had grabbed a buzzbait and made like 1.5 casts with it, but now he's got the
I was done with it after that.
The clout stick bait, which I don't think that's the wrong thing. I think that's probably a great idea. So, although I would love to see one about 11 pounds just load up on the old chatter rig this morning. For those that watch the channel, you'll be real used to this view of me going like this.
Yep.
That's
every dang video.
That's a normal thing for you to see me throwing a chatterbait. I'd probably get a lot more views if I throw some different baits every once in a while.
Oh, you probably would.
Like the only people that watch my channel are people that want to see fish get caught on chatterbait, J-Bo. Like, that's the only people that watch my channel. Caught me some hydrorilla right there. Got a little bit of a later start than I wish we would have got too.
Yeah, right here a little bit later.
I wish we'd have been here.
Had to get hung up by the daggum train.
That choo-choo train in Grand Saline ain't no punk, dude. That sucker takes its time winding through town. I guarantee you.
And I couldn't get out of the gate at the house.
You were stuck at the gate in the house. That's right.
I was stuck at the, yeah, you'll have that.
You'll have that on them big jobs, J-Bo. I don't know that it was the best idea for us to come like way far on the northern of the lake right after that flood and rain. Like,
we don't always choose to do the right.
Yeah, we're not. We've never been accused of being real smart.
Yeah.
This is definitely the end of the lake that was affected the most by all the rain. So this may not be the best idea. Like we're looking at it right now, going, oh, it doesn't look too bad, saying it. But when that sun gets up, we can actually see the color. Yeah. We might go, oh, we've been fishing in pea soup all day.
The good thing though is the water has not come up any. That I can tell you that.
Well, no, it can't come up. They got all the gates open. That's what we're fishing right there. See that right there? That's that hydrilla, folks. That's why we started on this bank right here. It's got that healthy hydrilla growing on it a little bit. It's real shallow. It ain't growing out deep yet, but it's there. And that is all we're fishing, just a hydrilla line up and down this bank right here. Yeah, it's May is a beautiful time of year. There's a lot of different ways to catch them, but one of the challenging parts about May, John, is that man, they kind of can do whatever they want to. You know, like there's no thermocline. The water's starting to get warm enough. They're getting out off the bank. They're getting done spawning. Some of them fish can get out in like super deep, like 25, 30 foot of water. And then there's a lot of shallow fish that are still up there, and they got brim spawn and shad spawn, and none of which is going on this morning, which is not uncommon. When there's no wind, you don't see much of that shad spawn activity. But
yeah, no, that don't happen when there's no wind.
That's one of the challenges of May is, man, you know, there's a lot of different ways to catch them. There's a lot of different ways to miss them too. Like you gotta they can kind of do anything they want to and pick up, move around and roam. There's nothing to really group them necessarily in one particular spot day after day.
Ooh, that old grass is thick down there, boy.
Man, he's thick, boy. You know, cool story, John. It's well, I think it's a cool story. I don't know, everybody else may not think it's cool, but my very first Lake Fork bass was caught off the side of this point, this next point up here in front of us. That boat's fishing right now. Just to the left of that boat's where I caught my very first Lake Fork bass. And the second Lake Fork bass I ever caught was caught off of this tree right out in front of us that's standing out of the water right there. So we're sitting here fishing a stretch of bank that I literally fished my first two fish I ever caught on Lake Fork were caught on this stretch of bank. And you know what's funny is I've caught thousands at this point of bass out of Lake Fork, and I don't remember most of them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I remember some. You know, there's highlights. There's, you know, big fish and tournament fish and different things you remember, but you know, special customer fish with kids or whatnot. But man, those first two fish that I caught on this stretch of bank right here. I remember every second of that.
That's cool.
I remember everything. I mean, I can tell you, dude, I caught it on a 3/8 ounce white Terminator willow bladed spinnerbait.
Got the bait and everything.
Dude, I know exactly. I mean, hey, it was a credit to a man named Mr. Gary Cravens, who was the first one that invited me out here to go fishing with him on Lake Fork. And those were my first two Lake Fork bass, and I remember every single second of those fish.
That's cool, dude.
I also remember,
cool.
Now granted, I'm very, very eternally grateful to Gary Cravens for bringing me out here that day, because it obviously, you know, in the long run ended up changing my life for good. Oh, stud. Oh, stud, J-Bo.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of, you bring up the good memories and then they just start biting.
That'll work.
Dude, what'd you get that on, the white chatterbait?
Yeah, white chatterbait.
The white chatterbait. Show that to them down there on the main cam there, my man.
Oh, there you go.
That's a good one. You might turn around and show it on this one too in case that sunlight's bad. Let's see that one.
That's a pretty fish.
That's
a healthy fish.
That's a chunk. That's thick for a post spawn fish. See how fat their tails are, dude? They're so fat. I just want to go ahead and get a little stink on my hand there. Make sure, since I ain't caught one yet, I had to get a little stink on my finger.
You know, this hook would be a lot easier if I could get it out with some pliers.
Yeah, there's a little challenge going on today in the boat. I just had my boat detailed like yesterday. And I left my pliers in I put everything else back in the boat, but I left my pliers and my cutters out of the boat. They're sitting in my garage. Like, I grabbed the net at least, so we got that going for us.
We got to throw pretty much whatever we got time on.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of bait changing going on today. If there is, it's going to be challenging to say the least. How do you eat that? Did he eat that chatterbait real good?
Oh, he freaking hammered it. Wasn't a thing soft about that bite.
I know it was very rude. I was telling a heartfelt story.
And then I just freaking interrupted you.
And that old Gooden right there, old head right there, just decided to interrupt us. That's a nice fish, John. Oh, Lake Fork special. That's what you do at Lake Fork, man. That's what's made this lake so good over the years. We got so many of those things. But anyways, my point I was trying to make about that deal was I'll be eternally grateful to Gary Cravens for bringing me out here that first time. And but I will say I remember this. Now this was back a while back, but he hung a fish on that point right there that boat just went around. Right before I caught my first Lake Fork fish, he hung one over there. And he got it to the boat real quick and real hot. And it was a big one, it's probably 7 or 8 pounds, a big fish. And he got it to the boat real quick and real hot. And I was like, didn't know where his net was. Cause this is my first time, in his boat. I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
I'm on the back deck. All of a sudden he hooks up. He's like, oh, get the net. I'm like, well, where's the net? And then the fish is at the boat.
Yeah.
And then the fish like jumps by the boat and then comes off. And he got like legit got mad at me.
Really?
Like, he's like, why didn't you net that fish? I'm like, I don't know where your net is, dog. He was like so mad, it was funny.
That's hilarious.
I will tell you, what would make my day. I mean, absolutely make my month, my day, my year, whatever, would be if we caught one. Either one of us caught one by this tree right here.
That'd be pretty cool.
Which is the tree I caught my second Lake Fork bass ever off of.
That would be cool.
That would make my day right there. God dang it, grass, boy. Thick on that bank. That's why them fish are here, though. This stuff is thick.
Yeah, it's more than almost tied on, I think, the same chatterbait you're throwing, but I went with white because I knew that's the color that you probably picked.
The white? Well, I'll be honest with you. I didn't tie this one on until we got here, but which was a chore, cutting line with no scissors. But I saw you had white, so I tied on the chartreuse, the Be Hot Delight color, just because I saw you had white. Now, if you'd had Be Hot Delight, I would have tied on white. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a white one.
I got you.
There's a white one laying down there on the floor, ready to go at a moment's notice, as they say. At a moment's notice, as they say. I might pick up that little spook and throw it too,
I really want to set down this chatterbait and pick up something.
Oh, I missed one right there.
But I'm kind of leery of it because I just caught a solid fish.
Yeah, no, I say you keep throwing that. You don't put a bait down after you catch one like that, especially as quick as you did. We ain't been fishing that long, so.
That grass is thick.
Yeah, there's a little patch of it right there in front of them reed heads. It's just like massively thick.
Oh, salad.
Now, I just had one bite it and miss it. I'm gonna tell you, if I miss a couple more or you catch one or two more, I might have to change over to white because I had one thump it and just not get it for whatever reason, like he just wasn't committed to it. And that could be a color thing when they do that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that happened to us the other day. I had a guy throwing one that was white, and he was getting all the bites, and we was freaking hooking fish, missing them. And I was throwing, after he caught about 4 or 5 fish, I was like, oh, we need to change colors.
Yeah, a lot of times if they just won't commit to it, that can be a color deal. Some shad flipping around out in front of us there.
I give up throwing to that spot.
It's tough in there, dude. I'm telling you. It's tough throwing in there.
One cast that I keep making. I give up.
It's right in front of that little clump of reeds right there.
See if I catch that one that you missed while ago.
Yeah.
Oh, right at the boat. Oh, hydrilla.
The old hydrilla.
To me,
it's thick.
To me, that's the grass that I like the best out of all.
Oh yeah, hydrilla's the best grass. I think that's the consensus.
I like hydrilla way more than all that stuff.
Yeah, I think hydrilla is a consensus, you know, the best grass to fish.
Yeah.
You know, coontail is kind of my second favorite. Milfoil is my least favorite, and just because, man, it's a pain to be efficient and effective in. You know, just, you know, this kind of the softer the stem of the grass, the harder it is to work baits through it, and I think that's what hydrilla makes hydrilla the best. It has the firmest stem, which makes it easier to throw a trap or a chatterbait or whatever it is that you're wanting to rip out of grass. It makes it, you know, more doable with the stiffer stem that a hydrilla has. There's a little coontail mixed in there with it, though.
Yeah, there
let go.
Coontail in here that day I caught.
Yeah, there's something right here on my chatterbait that won't let go of it.
Coontails, I don't care for coontail.
So if y'all saw the hydrilla earlier, y'all saw hydrilla. There's coontail. That's coontail right there. Basically, what I always tell people is it's kind of like if you look at blades of grass in your yard, it's like the difference between St. Augustine or Bermuda as far as the stems. And hydrilla is like a St. Augustine type of leaf on it. And coontail has like a Bermuda, little real wispy stem type deal for a leaf.
I have absolutely never heard it put that way, but that makes so much sense now that you said that like that. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
That's a dude with a golf background right there talking about Bermuda.
Like, you sound like that you might have played some golf way back in the day.
It's been a minute, I know that. Only time I play now is when somebody asks me to play with them for something. You know, some scramble tournament or something. Basically, when I go play golf now, it's just I'm gonna see how far I can hit a golf ball and see how many beers I can drink.
Yeah.
Like that's my golf experience nowadays when I go, which I think is most people's golf experience in general.
Yeah.
Like we're not really playing golf. We're just gonna see how far we can hit a golf ball and we're gonna drink some beer. Like that's the deal. Which is not a bad way to do it, I don't think. You know, like to me, it's pretty. Oh, cool boy. They're gonna be in this box. I'm gonna have to find that frog box. I'm gonna have to look myself. I'm not.
It was either this one I threw as a kid or that other one got them legs as a kid. That cast freaking utterly sucked.
Well, you know, can't all be winners, J-Bo. Attaboy, foul that old buzzbait up.
The other day I did so good with it. I never got it in grass, never did nothing. There was one cast that I was really wanting to make. Threw it right up in a hole, right in the grass. I ain't done that for 2 hours and I finally found a little hole that I want to fish.
The one time you needed it to be precise.
Yeah.
You monkeyed it up, bro. You monkeyed it up.
That's usually how it works, I think.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, a lot of what I do in the boat looks a lot like a monkey molesting a football, I'm not gonna lie.
I about learned I never know what you're gonna say. I never know what's gonna come out of your mouth.
You know, the funny thing is I don't either. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what I'm gonna say either. It just happens. The difference is normally I get to edit some of this stuff out. Now today they're gonna get
it all.
I apologize to the kids at home. I try to, you know, having 2 young boys myself, I try to keep a clean operation going here, family-oriented show. Today, that may not be the case.
Yeah,
just depends.
That ain't gonna be the case.
Like, let us lose a big one, and you better hide your kids.
They're gonna have to be a lot of beat.
Yeah, you better hide your children if we lose a big one. I'm just warning you. Well, but let's just not lose a big one. Let's just catch them.
I was about to say, you're really trying to talk like.
Yeah,
I'm not liking how you're talking right now.
Putting the voodoo hex on us, dog.
If there was a morning to catch one on a buzzbait, this would be it.
Oh, calm, slicked off, calm. I know I'm thinking about taking that little Spook Junior and throwing it around. I've been thinking about that since we got here, but then I like throwing a chatterbait. And then you caught one on a chatterbait. Now I done caught one on a chatterbait. I can't catch up to him. He ran at me. I didn't get a very good hook set on him. That's what are we stealing my stuff? Dude, that's like full panic mode with people on the boat. And I'm like, reel. That is another nice one. That's a nice one. Oh, fat girl.
I like it.
Down memory lane on the bank it all started on right here, J-Vo. This is the bank it all started on, my man. Look at that's a big one, dude.
That's a good one. I think mine still might be a little bit bigger, but you know.
Well, it's gonna look bigger with your little old butt holding it. I know that.
That's good.
There you go, folks at home.
Fish,
Look how you ate that old chatterbait, dude. Just choked it.
That is a good
thick, thick, thick. What's funny is, now we're sitting here and I just told that story, and now we're kind of up that bank, and I'm gonna tell you, the first bass I ever caught was right there. Right there. And I just caught that one right there.
That's
and the
cool.
second bass I ever caught was right there.
That's cool.
On this lake, and another good one right there. That fish looks a lot like the first bass I ever caught out here, actually. I mean, it's almost the exact same size. It's built the same. I'll have to show you a picture of it.
That's cool, dude.
That's awesome, man. Let's let her go.
On the bank it all started on.
Yeah, this is a walk down memory lane fit, which, you know, I fish this stretch of bank. You know, I don't just always just go down the bank like we're doing this morning, but it's May, so it's May and there's a lot of grass. A lot of times I stick kind of to the points around here. And I really, honestly, I really like to fish here when the wind's blowing, but you know, the wind's not blowing any direction today, so we can't go anywhere and get in the wind right now, so.
It's only gonna blow like 3 miles an hour.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any wind.
West.
We're not gonna have any wind of any significant value today, it doesn't seem like, so.
Ooh, chatterbait, I'm gonna have to pick that chatterbait back up.
Yeah.
We've caught 2 really good ones on it.
It's just cool, man. It's really cool for me to get to kind of just go down this bank again like I used to, man. That's awesome. Awesome.
That is cool. I will say that. That is cool.
That's one of them little old just soft load up kind of push into it bites, you know what I mean? Like he didn't really just tag it or anything. It just he kind of pushed it towards me and it just loaded up. Yeah, that first bass I caught was off a lake. Lake was a little bit low. It's just a little bit low, not like, it wasn't like super low, but it's a little bit low. And there was a lay down you could just see the top of out here that you can't see now. And I caught that fish off that lay down on that spinnerbait. All way back when, somewhere right in here.
Well, that'd be something if you caught one.
Yeah, really close to where I just made this cast right here.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be, if I can get my chatterbait out of the grass.
And need to cue a 10 right now.
That'd be awesome.
Right on cue. That'd have been some, dude.
All time stuff there.
That'd have been some cool if that happened.
Yeah, that'd have been all time stuff right there. That'd have been all time right there. Oh, I'm gonna give it more than one chance, you can bet it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm talking about, like, I remember like the clothes I was wearing. You know what I mean? Like, I remember everything about those fish catches. I just, you know, I'd always wanted to fish this lake, and then I finally got to, and so the first fish I caught out here was a real memorable deal for me. And the first fish I caught was like that one I just caught, like right at 4 pounds, 3 3/4 pounds.
Yeah.
And then the second fish I caught over there is 5 1/2. So coming from a normal fishing background in the 90s where, you know, a 4 pounder was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, for just a recreational guy dragging a worm on the weekend, a 4 pounder was a big deal on the lake.
Exactly.
And then to come here, my first fish be almost 4 pounds and my second fish be 5 1/2. Not only was I so excited to catch fish on Lake Fork because I'd always wanted to fish here, but to catch fish of that size right off the bat, it was like, whew, boy, I was hooked. I was hooked in a big way. And here we are all these years later. Oh, I don't know if that was a bite or not. I don't know. That might have been a little old grass bite there. I popped it and then it ticked on something. Just a little tick.
And then again, there might have been a fish that was probably freaking set out on that pintail patch, so you never know.
Yeah. Never know.
Oh, I tell my clients,
Johnny Bo.
is you can set the hook all the time because they're all free.
Yeah, we don't put hook sets on the invoice, dog. Johnny the Kid.
I had a guy the other day, he didn't set the hook and came up and jumped. It's literally like a daggum freaking 4 pounder. He goes, I probably should have set the hook on that. Why didn't you? He went, I thought it was grass. I said, you've been setting the hook on all the grass this morning. Why didn't you set the hook on that one? He went, I'll be honest, I don't know.
Well, we got a good answer for you there, dog.
He's a cool guy though. And then I think he ended up catching about a 6-pounder about an hour later, so he's happy with it.
Worked out in the end,
He's
didn't
on the same bank. That's that same fish. He just followed us down the bank.
It's like he chased us down. He wanted my chatterbait so bad he chased us down and got it. That's funny.
It's like we was back in a hole the other day about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I think my guy was throwing. I can't remember if it was a daggone buzzbait or a frog, but it was one of them two. And he threw it back in there. He kept missing that. He missed that fish about 5-6 times, and then his wife freaking pitched over there with a little freaking wacky rig. She caught it first cast. He went, "Are you kidding me?" She went, "That's why I've kept this wacky rig." Dude, every fish he missed, she'd reel that wacky rig in, and she would toss it right behind his frog, catch it. After about the 5th one, she just finally quit, because she could tell that he was getting a little bit aggravated. It was pretty fun. Or when you get to the boat, then you come off that blade. That's how it's gonna work.
That's what that grass always does. You shake it, can't get it off, and all of a sudden you get it right by the boat and it just wiggles on off. You know, this grass right here is starting to get thick enough. It almost requires that, you know, it makes it better if you have that braid set up, you know.
Yeah.
Man, I'd rather throw a chatterbait on fluorocarbon. I really do. But
Which I threw mine the other day on this, I think on this same exact bank. I threw it on either 50-pound braid or 65 just because it was literally.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man. When the grass gets to a certain point, throwing that sucker on a braid,
it just makes it so much easier.
Man, you can just kind of do this and it just pops right. Attaboy, J-Bo. Way to monkey that up. But it just, man, that braid deal and that chatterbait just makes you so much more efficient. Like, you can do it so much easier. And the big deal is you keep your bait. You know, I tell people this all the time about fishing. It's about being efficient. Like, you know, the guys that are real good compared to us, you know, they're just more efficient than we are. And being efficient is nothing more than keeping your bait in a strikeable position a higher percentage of your day.
Exactly.
Well, the less time you spend doing this, and the more time you spend with that chatterbait, you know, with that blade vibrating around grass, that's a strikeable position, you know. And so that braid helps you do that. Now, boy, you better be careful about how you set the hook, and it can be tough to land them sometimes on that deal, but man, it can make you a lot more efficient and get you a lot more bites sometimes. I feel like that's what I feel about it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like mine. Like, I had it rigged on, like, I think it was either 65-pound braid, but just because that's the only rod that I had out that was like that. But mainly, I throw mine on like probably 30-pound braid when I'm doing that.
Oh yeah, no, I like 30-pound braid on it.
I don't like to use that real big braid all the time, but it's just what I had on, and I didn't feel like having to rig up another pole with it at the time.
Yep.
But I ended up having to because they was having some hard times getting, you know, they couldn't hardly get the bait out of the grass, so I rigged up 2 rods with 30-pound braid, and they went to work.
Yeah, that's the ideal setup. Is like a 7.3 to 7.5 medium heavy type rod and 30-pound braid. That's kind of the, if you're fishing that thick grass, that's the, to me, that's the ideal setup for that chatterbait.
That's what I used to throw when I started throwing this one. Okay, I think the 7.4 heavy, and I really do like it.
That's the, you know, I mean, you can do it on heavier rods, but it makes the grass deal even easier, man. It just, boy, you better just only reel when you get a bite. Like, you better not even jerk at all.
Yep, that's what I do.
You better just only reel.
Now, I mean, you know, there's some times where, you know, like there's, you know, like I got freaking hammered the other day and I freaking reared back on him. But most of the time, you can't do that. You'll jerk that bait right out of the mouth.
That's right. You will lose a lot of fish doing that.
Thought you done went and caught you on there.
I did too, but I think it was just hydraulic grabbing it just the right way. It kind of pulled back a little bit, but sometimes that hydrilla will do that. Yeah. When you pull into that hydrilla, it'll pull back on you a little bit.
Oh, I got grass on it. There we go.
We're going down this bank right behind that old boy that was in front of us. He went right down this same stretch of bank we're going down. We just followed him up. You left a couple, bud. We appreciate it.
Turn around and go back down.
You know, I was going to say, Now that we're kind of getting towards the end of it, do you want to turn around and go make another pass, or do you want to run down to MDJ's hole, or?
I'll do whatever.
What do we want to do? I know we're going to run down to MDJ's hole when we get down here. I think that's where we're going to go next. What do you think?
That's fine.
All right, guys, so we made a little move down the lake. We started off on that stretch this morning, and we caught, only caught 2 fish, but we caught a couple really, really nice fish. Like, obviously, those were really good quality fish. So this is actually, we pulled down here to the spot. If you watch the MLF tournament, this is the little slough in front of us is the one that MDJ caught like 8 million pounds of fish on. Methylate Daniels Jr. caught 1 million pounds of fish in this little corner, which you'll see as we're fishing this. It's not very big at all, especially since we're doing the raw, uncut footage. You'll get to see it in all its glory. But we're gonna get in here, and I'm probably gonna throw a chatterbait, and J-Bo's got his buzz bait and his frog going. It might even throw a stick bait around and see if we can't find a couple old post spawners laying around in some of these pads and mixed grass and docks and a little bit of everything in here. So that's what we're doing. Bad cast.
I tried to make mine land on one of them pads, and that didn't work.
I wonder how many boats have been back here since March 15th. Since he did that, you know?
About 1,500.
Yeah, minimum.
Because there's no hiding it.
Like that first week, maybe.
There's no hiding it. If you are hiding it, you're doing something.
No, it's a pretty unique looking area, isn't it?
There's a lot of grass in here. I like it.
Yeah, that grass has come on strong in here, boy.
There we go. Lindsay's gonna have that time. That old soft one. Yeah, when I get to the back there where I can cast it, I get nervous.
You get nervous?
Well, remember that one that I caught on a frog that was so dang big?
Oh yeah, it's back there.
It's back there. so now every time that I come back here, I get a little nervous.
You just have that in your head.
It's like, whoa.
That that's what's fixing to happen.
Walk that frog about 2-3 times and boom. Be honest, when that fish hit it, it scared the crap out of me. I've never seen a fish hit a bait that hard.
So mad at it, huh?
I've never seen a fish hit a bait that hard on top.
Yeah, these old fork fish can be a little different sometimes.
When you see the whole fish, literally, oh, that thing freaking came out of water after it.
Well, when it's a fish that big too, that does that, you know. It's one thing to see a 3-pounder porpoise on it. A 9-pounder porpoise on it is a whole different ball game.
Yeah. That was pretty nifty. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Look, this shade don't feel bad.
No, it's getting warm early. It's getting hot early today.
Sticky's getting hot. We may have to go scan a couple.
Yeah, we might have to go out off the bank a little ways.
Now you're talking my language. I think we're making that frog man like a daggone freaking softball hitting the water. I think we're doing that. Well, if that's a snake or a turtle, then I ain't taking no offense.
Where?
Yeah, he's about to come after my frog.
Oh, them turtles are the ones that follow you, frog. Big.
I caught cottonmouth and marsh on one.
Out here?
Yeah.
Bro, I'd have left the cow. I'd have left the country.
That snake is no longer with us.
I can tell you this: that frog rod wouldn't no longer been with me. He'd have owned it. I'd have just thrown it at him.
My wife's dad catch them.
Dude, I start bringing it in. A snake on there. I'm throwing the rod at him.
My wife's dad, he'll literally freaking catch them snakes, and he'll put their head like right between his bays, and he'll sit there, and you'll hear them bays, bam, 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 bam. He did that with me one day. He catches that snake, caught on I think on a daggum, either a freaking topwater popper or something. Goes out there and catches it. I was like, what are you doing? You know, I'm back there trying to crawl up on power poles in the motor. He goes, I'm about to kill it. I'm like, you're what? Puts it in my back bay. Bam, bam. Like,
slamming the door on it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Got a door on it, hard to kill, about 5-6 times, killed it. On begging weight.
That's funny.
Thing's coming in my boat, and I'm trying to crawl up the motor, up power poles, get as far from it as I can. What I was gonna do.
You need to pick that dang stick bait up.
You're on top. I'm gonna need to be down in the water column on top. There ain't no hiding it when you're throwing a little weightless worm. It seems like every time that me and you are out in the same boat, some type of pattern happens that makes it fishing tough.
That's called every time the cameras come on, dude. Like, bro, I promise you that's the thing. Like, on filming days, it ain't never just show up and catch them up. Like, there's always some type of challenge to it on filming days, it seems like. A little bit of Murphy's Law involved there.
I need to change to their old little wacky worm. It's a ZW special. that old whack attack.
Make old Z proud. Looks like I caught some big old fish on it, I know that.
I like to see about a 9-pounder come up and blow up on that frog.
Yeah, I bet I know a guy named Casey Sobtek that would too. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go this right here.
I was just thinking that same thing. I'm gonna do it with a little flatworm. Kick it off with sparse pads. Throw this bug that one more time in that corner just because I caught one on the pier the other day. Sure, my phone's in there, wasn't in my pocket. I had a little moment there.
I got a feeling, ooh.
You know the fish is boring when you start singing.
Not necessarily. I sing a lot. The problem is when you start being entertained by my singing, that's when it's bad. Because it's real bad.
Your singing ain't that terrible, so it's not that bad, I guess. My favorite one is when you start singing my mind's telling me no.
That's only when they're on beds.
That's only when they're on bed.
You only sing that to them. You only sing, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind when they're spawning. They just, sometimes when that female won't come in, oh, hey now. Little thump thump.
I was on TikTok the other day and there was someone.
Dude, he didn't eat it, man. I just had one tag it, little brush hog and not eat it.
And there's someone that was using that sound that made me think of it. I was like, that's bad.
Another thump, dude. There must be a brim over there. Feels like a brim the way he's acting.
So we can only sing that when they're on beds, huh?
Yeah, bump and grind, yeah. I don't see nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong. Flip your little sink over there, dude. I just got 2 bites over there. Catch that little scamp. Probably a little dude. But if that's a brim, there might be a big one hanging around him. You know what I'm saying?
Where at, like right there by you?
I just threw right back in there, yeah. Threw right back in there. Yeah,
right over a damn pad.
2 different times he freaking
right over a pad stand.
2 different times he popped it.
See if I can get him. Probably not, because I've been known to kind of suck sometimes, so.
Well, I tried to be good at fishing, but the problem was I just sucked.
Oh.
Did he tap it?
He tapped it, but he didn't get it.
Oh, sucker, man.
Pulled up and he pulled back.
You shook him off like we was pre-fishing or something.
Like I told you, sometimes I just suck.
I hear you, Pods.
glad that backlash came out, because that would have been a fun one.
What's gonna be funny is when one of us catches this thing over here that we think some little brim or some little baby, and it's gonna be like an 8-pounder.
I feel like pretty much through this whole little pocket that you need to put that. Whatever that song's called.
Bro, this is like all raw uncut footage. You're gonna have to pull it together a little bit. You're starting to go a little on us. Get your crap together, Johnny the Kid.
Johnny the Kid.
That's your new name, by the way.
I think Ronnie texted me that the other day. He was like, your new nickname is the Kid. I was like, what? He's like, everybody's calling you the Kid. I was like, okay, cool.
Johnny the Kid.
I'm kind of shocked that we didn't at least catch something out of that little pocket. I'm appalled.
I'm a Billy. You said you're a Paul, I'm a Billy. You know all these guys that win all these dang tournaments out here catch all these unders consistently, you know, they just do stuff like this. Like
Really?
little light Texas rigs, weightless plastic, like they just that's what they do. Cause they're all out here trying to catch 2-pounders, you know.
Like,
and they just slow down and they catch them.
Like I've heard people tell me, man, I bet y'all weigh in 35-pound bags on this lake. I'm like, you can't.
No, the slot limits you can't go. Oh, bless, where's my frog at?
Get that frog out, boy.
Can I throw that frog?
Can I throw that frog?
Can I throw that frog?
I'm gonna keep this little worm handy in case you miss him.
Oh God, this tree's kind of got me in jail on casting to him. I'm gonna have to go backhand on my new setup that I'm not really familiar with. Well, I'm just not really familiar with this setup. It's all brand new.
Yeah. If you want that old weightless frog.
Can I throw that frog?
That is a dang good looking frog, I will give him that.
I do like it. I think it looks good too. Boy, we may end up going punching today. Keep this old stuff up.
You know what's bad? I don't think I've ever seen Lake Fork this calm.
Not very often.
I don't think I've ever seen it like this.
I have, but it
Maybe
ain't been.
one time.
Yeah, I have, but it ain't been very often.
Maybe one other time.
It's about as slicked off gets today, old son.
was almost cool. I mean, it's all the way underneath the dock, but if one's full, just half an line. How about that?
Way up under that dock. Seems like a decent one too, huh?
I got 15 pound line on here too.
You got him, no? Dude, did you throw that sink all the way past the other side of that dock?
Skipped it underneath that dock.
I keep saying sink. It's a clout stick bait.
Yeah.
Oh, clout chasing bass right there. Got some doo-doo on his booty hole and everything. Oh, booty hole boy, look at him. Oh, booty hole boy. Nice, show it down there to the main camera. Boy, it took long enough, by golly.
It took long enough.
The old MDJ pocket did not, this will forever be the Matthias Lake Daniels Jr. pocket, folks at home. It has not worked out for us real well today. But we here. And like we always say, whether we catch them or we don't, we're going to show you how it goes down. What you getting on that Nirvana color?
Nirvana, boy.
Nirvana.
That's probably my favorite color.
That's a great color, man. It's so great. If we end up punching some mats later, I guarantee I'll be punching with that prawn in Nirvana. I love that color. Good job, J-Bo.
Get no backlash out and caught one. How about that?
How about that?
That old Nirvana. It just looks good. That didn't look as good, but hey.
See how bird dogs you there? You caught one on the dock, I immediately go skipping on that dock with that brush hog. Get that little Texas rig out.
I just let that thing sink. I didn't even...
That's the key. That's what we're doing. We're fishing too fast because you just threw that out there and then you had to take some line inventory because you suck at casting.
Like that right there?
Yeah. They're not very easy to catch on top of the dock, I can tell you that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, it's a lot harder to catch when your bait's on the dock than under it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pro tip of the day, bro.
That's what I'm doing wrong.
You keep throwing your bait on top of the dock. You got to throw it under it. I'm telling you. You got to throw it under it, my man.
I'm kind of proud of myself that I got that daggum weightless bait all the way on that dock hole.
Yeah, and that you got that fish out of there on that 15-pound line. That was pretty good, too.
Yeah, speaking of that, I need to check that line real quick.
He did kind of put you on some of them corner posts, and them ain't round pilings either. Them are squared off with a little edge to them.
We're good.
If it's Sigger Red Label, I'm sure you'll be fine.
This is invisible, I think.
Ooh, fancy pants over here.
This might be Red Label. I don't really know what's on this one. I know it's Seagull or something.
Oh, fancy pants.
To be honest, I just bought it because it's on sale.
Don't try to act like you're not bougie. Bougie bass fisherman over here.
I went online to buy a 1,000 yards full of Red Label, and they got a Red Label, and they had the other on sale. So I think I'll change that and get the old Seagull.
I mean, that sounds like a plausible story, but I'm still going with you just bougie. Bougie bass fishing. You should create your own YouTube channel called Bougie Bass Fishing. With your Sitka gear and all your fancy stuff. Huh?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Actually, the YouTube channel name is Redneck Bougie.
Yeah, hey, that might actually...
That's a thing, dude.
that might work.
With your fancy truck and all. Man, I'm telling you.
Fancy truck and fancy wheels and fancy Sitka gear I always wear.
Boy. It'll be 95. This sucker's going to show up in his Sitka bibs. It's cold this morning, boys. Look, for the first run out, we're going to wear them anyway.
Have you seen my legs? I ain't got very big legs.
I try real hard not to look at men's legs. I'm just going to tell you. I try real hard to not look at men's legs, my man. Well, man, you know, this is what I always tell my customers too. I'm like, God dang it, if you've been a fish spot for a while and you ain't caught none, and then you finally catch one, it's not even that big a one, you're like, you know, that I really would rather you not caught that fish. That fish just gonna cost us about 15 or 20 minutes is what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Because now we're gonna stay here and fish another 15 or 20 minutes and may or may not catch anything else, but here we are. We're gonna keep grinding, baby.
I'm gonna put into the dock now for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. I'm about ready to pull the plug on it though. What about you?
And until then, I've never caught a fish off that dock.
Oh really?
I've never caught
That's a good little dock. Yeah, it's a good little dock. What do you think? You about ready to pull the plug and head somewhere else?
Yeah, I think we're
All right.
Today's gonna be a moving day.
We might have to go try to look. We might have to go sight fishing, but in like 20 foot of water sight fishing.
Yeah.
And no, folks, we're not going to Table Rock. We talking about getting on them old Low Ranch electronics.
Talking my language, man.
The electronic devices are about to come into play, folks at home.
Speaking my language, I want people to take note of how many rods I brought with you.
Well, I mean, I got like 14 of them out or something like that.
I think I brought 9 or 10 with me.
I know I had 10. I have 10 or 11 out for sure.
I brought 9 or 10 with me.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody holds us up at gunpoint, they're going to have quite the haul.
Yeah.
If they take all of our...
boat and all the tackle and everything.
Well, if they just come and take all the rods off the deck, they'll do pretty good. See y'all in a minute, offshore. J-Bo, hit the top button on that thing. All right, guys, it's been a while, but we finally found another offshore spot. We actually been driving around for quite a while. We drove around graphing. We took our time graphing a lot of spots real thorough. We were seeing just kind of a fish here, a fish there. None really gathered. There's really not a lot of fish on this spot either.
No.
It's just, they are a little bit grouped up on something here. There's a brush pile over here, and they're kind of sitting out beside the brush pile. It seems like there might actually be a little bit of a group of them, so we're gonna make a few casts here. We probably won't stay here very long if we don't catch them, but we're gonna see if we can't grind out a bite or two here. Catch one yet?
Not yet.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
I'm working on it. Oh, big perm. Huh?
Big perm.
Big perm?
I almost wore my big perm t-shirt today, dog.
One t-shirt that I need to get from Heath.
That's not Heath's t-shirt. Those are mine, and they're gone.
Oh, I got you.
I made those with his permission, of course.
I think I drank that brush pile. Or one in the sticker stump. Oh, or one in the sticker stump.
Maybe. He might be on with that brush pile. I'm not just 1,000,000% sure exactly what the line is on it, to be honest with you. That sucker got a skull and crossbones on the side of his aluminum boat. And shark teeth on the front of it. Look at that. That's cool.
Want to be freaking Mike Iaconelli.
Looks like an old jet fighter plane. Look at all the A-10 Warthog's got the teeth painted on the front end. No shortage of boats out right now, J-Bo.
No, there's people everywhere.
There's folks everywhere. We look around us right now. Whole buzzards, every one of them.
It's a Monday too. Oh, good. I don't think that was a fish. That just kind of felt funny.
Came over something a little awkward there.
Well, what it did was my bait was coming and it just literally freaking shot forward. Had a whole bunch of...
Tumbled on you.
I'm good on my line. I don't know what that was.
Fan cast it out to the left a little bit too.
Yeah. I'm after that one to go about where that boat's sitting right now. I can come at that brush pile right now.
Yeah, it used to be that these dang offshore fish just didn't get monkeyed with as much as the rest of them do. But heck, now I think they get messed with more. Once you get to this time of year, I think the offshore fish probably get more pressure on than any other fish on the lake.
I honestly think they do. It's just because, you know, I mean, dude.
Modern electronics.
That, and everybody sees somebody sitting on a spot, so, you know, they're obviously, you know, they're going to come back and look at it later. And,
yeah.
which is just what happens. I mean.
Well, dude, yeah, but I mean, there is a factor of the fact that map chips and electronics just make it to where everybody can find this stuff a lot easier now.
It's freaking super easy because you can see bars that run out now, you know, and all that stuff on those.
Stuff that just didn't used to be on the maps is on the maps, and heck, finding fish is, you know, these electronics are better at finding fish than ever before. And just got a little bit of all of that going on. Yes, swing that crankbait on right there to the left. Keep moving it to the left a little bit. I wasn't hoping for a lot here, but I sure was hoping we could pick up 1 or 2 off this spot. The ones that were down there looked like they were sitting, you know, kind of right.
Mm-hmm.
Or set up.
And the deal is like if you like to offshore fish a whole lot, you'll learn the ones that'll bite, you know, and then the ones that won't just by how they're setting up.
Oh yeah.
And then that makes it just a whole lot easier once you learn all that. You can just go over fish like now, and then you'll find some that are setting right. And it can get fun in a hurry. And then sometimes they're setting right how they're supposed to be, and then they just don't bite.
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah.
Oh, did he eat it? Yeah, I think he's got it.
Get him.
I can't feel it. He's swimming towards me if he's got it.
Big perm.
I didn't get a very good hook set on him. No, it's a big perm, dude. It ain't big. It ain't a big fish either.
Oh, it ain't.
Nah, I mean it's not a tiny one, but it's not a big fish.
That'll work.
That'll work.
That's a fat fish though. He freaking spit up about a 5.
He like swam at me the whole way. Like from the time he bit it, I couldn't get my slack picked up.
Dude spit up a shad that dang long.
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Going down in the water right there.
Nice.
Real big gizzard shad.
That's awesome, dude.
That's cool.
Big perm. Big perm, Lake Fork. Not a giant, but we'll show take him.
Big perm's a Lake Fork special.
Though normally we got post funnel. Today we got post flooded conditions with.
Yeah.
We got post flooded conditions with bright blue skies and no wind. But hey, that's cool though. That's one of them fish we saw. Now hopefully we might be able to catch 1 or 2 more out of this little spot right here. But if we catch 1 or 2 more, it's probably gonna be pretty well done after that because there's just not a lot of fish down there. There wasn't, but three to 5 fish, you know, is the max that I would say was down there when we graphed it, you know.
Y'all don't mind me down there making all that noise. I'm just trying to get to the rod that was on the very
It's okay, the mic's up here.
I'm trying to get to that rod that's on the very bottom.
Get on that big jig.
Big old 3/4 ounce jig.
Put that old big jig on. I like that big jig bite.
I love a jig bite.
That dude, he ate it right though, man. Like he popped it and he was like running towards me. Like the only reason it took me so long to set the hook, I couldn't get my slack picked up.
I'll start catching them on this jig. If I could pick one bait to catch them on.
Offshore. That's my favorite offshore bait too, is the big jig. Of course, I've gotten really fond of this big perm over the years just because I've caught so many fish on it the last couple of years, but big shaky head deal, but.
That is just, the thing though, is that worm just gets more bites.
It does.
That worm just gets way more bites.
And it catches, you know, this particular worm right here, this big shaky head, I catch a lot of big fish on it, so.
Oh,
I mean, that wasn't just no huge one there, but it wasn't a terrible one either. The thing is, we're really spoiled. You realize on most places on planet Earth, the 4 bass that we have right now
Yeah.
at noon would be like you're on your way to winning the tournament. On most of the fisheries on planet Earth.
Yeah.
But out here, we're like, man, it sucks today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy the fish we catch out here. This place is it's not an easy fishery. It's a very difficult fishery to get bites on and all that, but I mean, the quality and the amount of, you know, big 5, 6, 7, 8 pound fish that we catch out here is just, there's nowhere else like it.
I thought you done went and got you one more way you reeled
I'm just kind of
way that you reeled that up real quick. I was about to
meandering
get out of
through
your way.
some of that junk that's down there on the bottom, scattered.
I ain't hit nothing. Whole way back.
Throw to the right a little bit, you'll be in it. Which, I mean, I don't think you need to necessarily be in it because them fish were outside of the brush pile. Switch me. I'll throw a little more to the left. I think those fish were outside of the brush pile when we graphed them, it looked like, so I don't think you necessarily need to be hitting that brush to get a bite, but I got that bite out of the brush pile.
Yeah.
So.
Because I found, when I fished these the other day, it was around the same deal. We caught 2, I think, right out of the pile.
Yeah.
The others are sitting to the left of it, which is like it is now.
Yep. You caught them outside the pile? The other day, yeah. Yeah, those fish we saw were sitting outside the pile today. I don't think you have to be in it.
Yeah, we caught them on They was on the right side of the pile when he was going that way.
Did you catch those fish the other day cranking?
Yeah. We caught 5 cranking and 1 on a big perm.
Oh, big perm worm.
I've only got like 4 or 5 of them worms left, so I'm trying to milk them for all they got.
Well, they do last, but bro, we'll get you. I'll get you some more. I know a guy, Heath
Taylor.
1-800 dial a game warden and get some baits.
1-800 dial game warden. Yep, I'm gonna need me some big old perms, Heath.
You got to dial a game warden up to get you big perm on. I will say this, man, that crankbait bite's fun. That Alabama rig bite, you know, it's fun too. I'd much rather drag out deep than I would crank or wind, which is funny because up shallow I want to wind. Like most of the fishing I do, I'd rather wind, but when I get out deep, I'd rather drag. I don't know why.
What's that down there? Is that some daggum shell or what is it?
Yeah, it's just some hard spot stuff. Yeah, the old crunchy feeling. Dude, that's what you look for on all these offshore spots is that piece of ground that's just a little bit crunchy feeling, like got some shell and some clay or whatever, just hard stuff, man. Gravel maybe. I don't know. I can't see that far. I can't see 18 feet into the water. I mean, I'm a pretty good sight fisherman, but I can't see the bottom of 18 foot on Lake Fork, dude.
It's those, crap. What's those one shells called that we caught them that one day?
What were we, the clay deal?
Yeah, we was talking about them shells.
Soft shell, red shells.
Red shells.
Oh, soft red shells. I don't remember what we called them. We had a bunch of clay coming up on our baits. We kept calling them. Well, that's the thing there. Everybody thinks everything out here is, you know, it's all shell. Dude, it's like scattered shell. It's mostly
like, I mean,
iron ore and gravel and clay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say, you know, that they're, I mean, because there's shell. That's,
well, and the deal is,
it's not shell.
The places that tend to have some shell scattered on it are the places that tend to gather plankton. Well, bait fish eat the plankton, so that tends to be the places where the fish gather. So there is some correlation to, you know, the areas that tend to gather shell are going to tend to gather fish. But none of that comes into play when there ain't no wind, because if there ain't no wind to blow the plankton around, it don't really matter. Yeah. That's one of the things that makes this offshore deal tough when there ain't no wind is, man, when it gets to pushing that plankton and condensing it up over them high spots, that gets the bait fish really locked in on and not, you know, scattered out. Yep. The deal with when it's just dead calm is they don't have to group up. They just kind of, and they're not as active because everything's not condensed and grouped up on top of the ridges and stuff and the hilltops, you know, the little round stuff that we have out here on Lake Fork. We don't have a lot of real ledges out here, but we got a lot of hilltops, you know, just little round stuff.
And we're seeing that today. Like, I mean, like, there's fish that's all over this little bar here, but there's just like 2 here, 3 here.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, we've seen a lot of the places we graph. That's why we didn't stop on them, because they're just so scattered out. You know, there's no grouping. This was the first place. And it's just because this brush piles here, we had a little bit of a grouping.
That just makes it, I mean,
man, it makes
your bite just really tough.
It makes that offshore deal real tough when they're scattered out. You're better off going down a grass line and picking off one here, one there on a grass line or something like that. At least, you know, everything about fishing, we're always trying to figure out something that's going to condense the fish or position them or make it easier to put our bait in front of their face the whole time. And when you don't have any wind offshore, they get scattered out like that. Boy, it gets hard to keep your bait in front of them. Know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm on the same page as you. We'll have a real big old one just come up on this jig and whop it.
That'd be sure be nice.
Come up and whop my jig for me.
That would sure be nice.
The thing with the jig is it gets really violent when you get that bite and you go set the hook with a jig.
That probably is why I like dragging this solid big stuff out deep, so I can just go.
With you though, I don't know. Because pretty much whatever bait you throw, it gets real violent. I've just learned that when you get a bite, just duck.
I like how that time I said, oh, there's a bite, and you just went to the back deck.
Yeah.
You didn't even stay on the same side of the boat as me. You just totally went, hey.
First pile. Hook sets are free, so you know.
It's a water heifer. Si.
Nothing but this big old heifer.
Si, you hung up on the dock. I ain't hung up on nothing but this big old heifer.
That limb felt like a fish.
Yeah, sometimes them limb will flex with you a little bit and fool you.
Well, what happened was that limb, as it went bump, bump, and then it kind of came to me just a little bit. Kind of pulled.
I can tell you this.
Like, oh, got one. No.
That bite that I got there wasn't no mistake. That wasn't a, oh, was that a bite? That was a pow. He swatted it when he hit it. He hit it so hard he scared the rest of the school out of there. Scared them other 3 fish. They left the county. Like
We're having to stop on schools of like 2 fish and 3.
We are. We stopped on a school of like 3 or 4 fish right now. That's what we stopped on. There's
1
just
down, 2 to go.
Yeah. There's just not a lot grouped up out here right now, man. There's not.
That things, we're trying to make a cast to literally those 2 fish.
I know.
Out of that big old open lake, we're trying to hit 2 fish.
And they got these things called fins. They can like swim.
Yeah.
So we've marked them right there, but they may be right there now.
Well, they might be literally freaking way down there off at the end of the bar.
You never know. They can definitely pick up and move on when they want to. Yeah, that's what makes it hard when there's not big groups of them. You know, when there's big groups of them, even if some of them leave, usually some of them stay, you know, when there's big groups. But these little isolated pods are, it's a lot tougher gig trying to hit them. I'm gonna put the old C20 down there. You threw the 25 down there. I'm gonna throw the 20 down there.
You can be thrown to the right or the left of that ball.
I'm just gonna throw this way. I don't know. If we need to switch sides, we need to switch. You just switch sides with me.
It was like, I'm just gonna throw like right here.
I'm just gonna go that direction.
We'll go right over here. We ain't throw over here yet.
I'm going up on the high side.
I'm on the high side and try it.
Why not? That boat is candy apple.
Candy
Red.
apple.
He wrote Billy Bob Love Charlene. That's not red, but it's John Deere green. But you know,
I was about to say, you got the colors mixed up, bud.
it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Bass is about to bite this John Deere green on this citrus shed. What's fixing to happen?
That's what that I named. Crap. What's that one other color that we throw in that crankbait?
Chartreuse blue.
Chartreuse blue. That's the same thing that I called that one the other day. That's my John Deere bait. Because it's yellow and green. And my old Lou's freaking Super Dudes will throw them.
Slang it, dude. Slang it out there.
Probably my favorite reel Lou's makes.
Dude, when I get that big C25 on there and I got a little decent wind behind me, I swear I can throw it 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane how far you can throw it.
I rode back the other day in all that wind and freaking chunked one. And I was shocked. What am I on? This is weird. Never felt something like this. Found a brush pile. Found a brush pile. We're gonna roll over and get you.
Oh, give me a second. Nope.
Attaboy.
Boy, when you pop it off there, that's when the one's supposed to come and go, wow. Smoke it. Oh, hey. Hey now. That's what I was hung on. Right
I've hung
there.
more fishing line the past 5 days than I ever have.
This lake's got plenty of it out here.
Here's some scissors down there now if you need it. Thanks to my little
We ran back by Oak Ridge
lovely
Marina
bride.
on the way over here, and John's better half brought us some scissors, some cutters, and pliers. So that helped.
I told her, I said, yeah, we've literally had to, I told her that you cut line with a hook and I used my teeth. She went, you know better. And I was like, I didn't have no other option.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I think you gotta do.
It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the money for the rent. Some old Indian over there blowing smoke signals. You see that? Look there. Got the old Navajos over there giving up smoke signals. Look at that. That's your people.
That's
Oklahoma.
my people.
Oklahoma, that's your people.
That is my people. I got half something in me. Choctaw, Cherokee, whatever it is. That's why when I'm in the sun, I get dark.
I don't think there's anybody from Oklahoma that don't have some Indian in them some kind of way.
If there is, I'll be shocked.
You guys and your...
Oh, I got a quarter Cherokee, quarter Creek, quarter Chalk, quarter. I'm like...
That's a lot of... That's like 5 quarters, dog.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm like, dude, that's like 5 quarters. What are you talking about?
I'm not sure, but I don't think that math... Like, I ain't no math major, but I don't think that adds up, bro.
I was like... Back in the day, I knew this one kid. I was probably 11 or 12. So this was like last week. and he he's telling me, man, I got a quarter this, quarter that, I got half this. I'm like, so you're half Cherokee, half blah. He's like, no, dude, I got a quarter. I'm like, what you're saying don't add up, dude. Like,
he's like, I'm 2.5 parts. What?
Like,
wait a minute, hold on.
You've been lied to as a child.
There's 2.5 of me. Don't you worry about it, J-Bo.
There's 2.5 of me.
Don't you worry about it, Johnny the Kid. Johnny, go get your jig. Let's run over here and graph the next point up the road. We got one. We got one out here off the old brush pile.
Oh, big perm?
Big perm got us one. Not a big one, but a one. So just to give you guys an example of what we're looking for, here is a decent group. Now these aren't just really big fish. These arcs aren't real deep. They may not even be bass, but that's kind of what we're looking for. We're driving around on these offshore spots, and kind of can be anywhere out on these offshore spots. We're just looking for a group of fish set up somewhere near the bottom, kind of stacked. Those look like they might be willing to play ball. What do you think, John? I mean, that's a pretty good grouping of them. They're not...
Yeah, that looks real good.
Like this one's a decent one. A couple of these are decent ones.
Yeah.
They're not just real big fish, and they are super deep. These fish are between 25 and 30. But that's the thing. We're having a graph. Like, we're having to graph the entire area around these structures,
like the whole thing.
because these fish, there's no thermocline, the water temp's like 75 degrees.
Yeah.
These fish can be anywhere. They can be in 15, 12 foot, or like these, they can be in 25 to 30. So it's really taking us a long part of our day. We're eating up a lot of our day trying to graph and find these little isolated schools of bass. So a bit of a challenge. Hopefully, you know, we'll start converting them more than one at a time. So far, we've just got the one bass out of that one school as far as offshore fish go. Hopefully we can catch at least 2 or 3 out of this school, and that would obviously be a lot better.
Oh yeah, because right now it's kind of tough.
But if you're wondering what you're doing, like what you're missing out on, it's just us driving around forever long periods of time, looking for little groups like that, marking them, then turn around and throwing at them. We're rolling. We're rolling.
I'm down there on the bottom.
Did you get to the bottom?
Yep.
Good. What gear ratio reel you throw yours on?
It's a 6/8 now. I used to throw it on a 7.5, but I just like the 6/8 a little bit better. I threw it last year on a 7.1 to 1. That's why. I am on the bottom.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Get him. Oh Lord.
What have we got, J-Bo? Go ahead and might grab that old net, old son.
Need that net?
Yeah, we might grab that old net, Bubba. Here she comes. Oh yeah. Oh, she come off. Oh. Dude, it was like huge. How did she come off? I said such a good hook set on her, dude.
Oh my God, was that?
I don't know how big. I saw the head. It was like a 9 or 10 pound head. It don't matter. Let's get right back out there.
Dude.
By golly, man, that was old, dude.
Oh.
Dadgummit, dude.
Throw it right there.
Yeah, right towards those gates.
Oh my God, dude.
That was her.
That was a big.
Did you see it at all? The head.
I seen it.
She came up way out there too. I don't understand how she came off.
That was an 8.5.
Normally when they come up and just waller that far, they don't come off. That was.
Dude.
First cast on this spot.
First
guys, that was that school I showed you. I said they weren't that big. Maybe it's because I'm not used to looking at fish in that deep of water. Most fish have been finding between 15 and 20, and that one's out there in 30 foot of water.
Luckily though.
Dude, and she just like picked it up in my line and went,
really?
I was like, oh, here we go. That was on big perm again. God, dog it, man. I mean, it was a big hook set, everything. I did everything right. Golly. That one will bother me, and you know, unless we catch another real big one today, that one will bother me till I get another real big one in the boat. That one will haunt me.
That was a big one.
Ah, man, that was like a huge one. That would have been so cool to catch like a 9 or 10 pounder on this. Like, I mean, it's not live, but kind of live deal.
Yeah.
Man, bless it.
I wish I could have just seen that fish jump. Like,
I know, and I think I had this camera pointed away from it. It was really, really big.
She just must not had that.
I don't know, man.
Real good.
That was strange. I should have just, you know, poured more coals through. I should have, you know,
We'll never.
reeled her in hotter. I don't know. I had a lot of line out. I know that. A lot of line when I set that hook.
That was a big one.
God, that's one. Hey, that would have been our 5th fish, and you talk about having a good bag of fish now.
Oh, we'd have had
Now you throw one of them 8, 9, 10 pounders in there, dude. Now you got a really good bag of fish with the other fish we've caught today. That'd be a great best 5. I mean, that'd be a. I don't know. Okay, jig. Talk to me.
Oh no, it's coming at me.
Turn that reel handle, buddy. Don't let him get off. It's a nice one. It ain't no giant, but it's a nice one.
I'll take it.
It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one.
This fish ain't long, but look how freaking thick this fish is.
Yeah.
I can barely hold on to her.
Yeah, she's good. Show her down there to that camera real good. We got us a little spot out here, boys and girls.
There you go.
We got us a little spot out here.
Oh, fat fish.
Show that to them real good. There you go. Nice chunk, dude. Nice
Little
chunk.
chunk.
Hey, and now that's our 5th fish, and you know what? Like, I think that other one that I caught on last spot will be our first cold fish, and it's like a 3 pounder. Like our bottom of our bag's like, we ain't caught no, you know, I screwed up the opportunity on the real big one there, but we haven't gotten any real big ones in the boat, but we ain't got no small ones either, you know.
That dude was close to the boat too.
Yeah, I saw he was.
My line was like straight.
Well, you know, that school's kind of spread out a little bit, you know.
Yeah. That was a dude. That bite was soft.
That one I had, I never felt the bite. It just started kind of moving with it.
That's the same thing. Like
Man, these fish are so deep. I mean, we're fishing. You saw it on the graph. These fish we're catching right now are in 30 foot of water. They're really, really deep. That's the thing about May. Like they can go wherever they want to go. Like that can make the offshore deal. It makes you spend a lot more time on your electronics looking for them. It's important to really graph all the structure and even out. Like this is actually off the side. Like the tip of the point's over here. These fish are out off the side of it in even deeper water. But they're down there, man. That's 2 bites, man. If we can get a couple more bites out of this school, hopefully we'll get another chance at a real big one. That would be great. I'm really disappointed.
It's gonna haunt you for that.
We got to catch one over 7 or 8, or it's gonna monkey me. I'm not even gonna sleep tonight, dude. You know what I mean? Like and I don't care if you catch it. That's fine. We just need a redemption fish.
Yeah.
Because I monkeyed that deal up, and that was old big. Man, that was a big one.
When I set the hook on that one, I thought.
Yeah.
Like,
well, after the first fish we caught at school, the first fish we hooked out of school was so big.
I got mine like right there.
I know you were up close to the boat. Yeah, sure were.
Never felt
Of course, when I pulled that big one out, it may have pulled that school towards us a little bit. That happens, sometimes too. So it's a dragon day, though, ain't it?
It's a dragon.
We need to leave them crankbaits alone. It's a dragon day. All of our bites are coming on dragon baits out here, which is normal for no wind to speak of and bluebird skies. Having dragon baits on those kind of days is
that's just a normal deal.
That's normal. I want to throw a jig too, man. I like throwing a jig. Let me throw a jig. Before we get off the spot, you need to throw that Carolina rig because you got a Carolina rig rigged up and I don't. You need to throw that Carolina rig down there on this spot before we leave here.
I'll do that right when I get this down here. Go for it. That's cast, 10 pounder.
Oh, big jig.
Now, if you hook one on that big jig, it ain't coming off.
If I hook one on this big jig, I guarantee you, no matter how big the next fish is that I catch, this will not stop.
Yeah.
You better hurry with that net. If I say net on the next
That's one thing with that one that I was kind of leery of because I have never seen you jerk and then not just start cranking. And that time you just set the hook in her and you wasn't cranking.
It was just so solid.
Like, what's he doing here?
It was so solid. And then I could tell also, how many times have you ever heard me ask for the net?
About once. About once that time.
Dude, I knew, man. I knew. When I felt her, I was like, oh, boy.
Net, I'm thinking 10 because he don't ever say net.
I don't. God almighty, man. Dang it, boy. God, dog.
It's going to haunt you.
Yeah, it is.
God.
So we did a new deal on the website, J-Bo. We have, normally you have like pictures on the Your Lake 4 website, pictures, customer catches, my catches, whatever over the years. Well, we did the Wall of Fame, and I put them in order of like biggest.
Yeah.
And so the top like 70 bass, right, that we've got pictures of. I mean, there's probably some that I missed, but I'm sure, but because I mean, it's been going for several years now.
Yeah.
But I reordered the pictures on the website to where the first 70, the ones that actually show on the website before you click on the pictures.
Yeah.
We put those in order, and so the Wall of Fame, like the bottom fish on that 70 is like 8 something.
That's awesome.
And so, we got a new deal for the customers if they're still watching at this point of the video. So I know it's a long video. If you catch one with us, for me or John, because John's on the Your Lake Fork Guy website as well. If you catch one that's over about 8.5 pounds, you might make the Wall of Fame. But you might want to catch you one 9 or 10 if you want to stay there very long.
There you go.
Because my goal is to get it at some point. How cool would that be someday? I mean, this may be, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, whatever.
If that was all 10s.
What if we had 70 double-digit fish on our website? How cool would that be? We've got 12 or 13 of them on there right now.
Let's just hold up, though. We've got 13 fish that are over 10 on there.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I seen that one. Get him. He's coming.
It's not a real big one.
The way you set the hook on there, let's put the hook.
It's a little guy.
I feel sorry for that little fish.
Well, I just lost a 10 or 9 or something. I lost a real big one, and then, of course, that's what happens when you lose a real big one, and then this guy bites next. Guess what's going to happen to him? He going to get his eyes crossed, though, son. Either way, hey, that one ain't going to help our best 5, but man, hey, it sure was fun because I had some anticipation built up in that hook set, my man.
All I know is I felt sorry for that little guy.
I may have overcooked the recipe on that one a little bit, but
you never know if it's gonna be a 2-pounder or a 9 or a 10.
Dude, after I just lost the giant, I wasn't letting up. I know that. My goodness, it's no fun at Lake Fork, folks. Even on the tough days, the post-flooded conditions. Okay, even on those tough days, it's just not any fun out here at Lake Fork.
A whole new leader.
You need a new leader?
Yeah. You know,
we're
and they always come off. But
all right, we're back on camera now. All right, guys, sorry for the little cut there. I had batteries had to get changed on the old GoPros there. So we're back in action now, though. See if we can't catch another jig fish.
You're back in action. I'm rigging up the Carolina rig.
J-Bo's over here monkeying around with the Carolina rig. Make sure you measure that Carolina rig leader down to the 1/4 of an inch.
I got you.
Bro, you were doing that one deal that I talk at that seminar. You're like, don't just do this. I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I do.
I just always like doing the 4th guide up. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you're like real precise with your leader length. I'm like, yeah, that looks good. I just pull it out like this.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So hey, that looks about right.
Yeah, I could tell the whole time that I was talking. You're like, yeah, like this dude,
Like,
this
bro,
kid, and then now I'm called the kid.
Johnny the Kid.
Johnny the Kid.
Come on, big fish.
We've got a lot of nicknames down here. Johnny
Hey,
the Kid.
you know, that wasn't just a huge school of fish. We got 3 bites out of it. That's pretty good for today.
Yeah, considering the last school we stopped on, there was like 5 fish in, and we caught 1.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this is a better school here. I think the deal is these fish are just out off the structure and people haven't been monkeying with them, you know?
Yep.
That's probably the deal.
They're new and fresh and ready to throw down.
Just, you know, unmolested, just untouched a little bit. Molested is my word for the day, folks. Sorry about that. I told y'all when we were going to do this deal uncut, you never know what you might get out here.
Folks, you're never going to know what comes
Just
out.
wait till Ronnie pulls up beside us and starts pooping off the side of the boat like he likes to do. Dude, that little bit of fish hit that jig. Like, I'm talking about made my whole rod go.
Jump.
Yeah.
Your line go boom.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he smoked that big old jig. He's a little bitty dude.
Typically, though, like if they hit it hard, they're not ever going to be. Most of the time.
Man, I don't know. I've had some hard jig bites come up and be a big old fish. Well, you know, when it's just one tick and it's real hard.
Yeah, but if it's like
yeah, no, that wasn't what that was. That was just one. He ate it like a. He wasn't playing around, Jay. He meant serious business. He meant serious business.
This is a soft rod.
That's fine. Just reel into it. Real and sweet, baby, real and sweet. That Carolina rig's about to clean them up down there, old son.
You're going to try it anyway.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Old catch you line rig about to clean them up down there, old son. Got this little offshore spot going, man. I like it. Yeah, that's kind of a misconception. I fish shallow a lot because I'm comfortable doing it, and you know, because I grew up fishing a lot of shallow water with grass. But man, I do it a lot of times. You know, when it starts getting hotter, I really revert back to that shallow water, just because again, fish that aren't seeing a lot of bait. Sometimes you can get around some fish that aren't getting fished as hard. Like I was saying earlier, I think the offshore structure gets fished even harder than the shallow water does once you get kind of to this time of year. So I spend a lot of time up there, and I think there's, in general, people think that I love to fish shallow, but I would much rather do this.
Oh yeah.
Like this, it's so much easier. Like it's harder to find them, but boy, once you find them and you find some that are biting, this is just such an easier way to fish, man.
And the thing about it is, it can be cast after cast.
It can be, yeah. Well, yeah, when the schools get bigger. Right now, the schools aren't very big. They're just not. The schools just aren't very big right now.
This is my type of stuff, though. I'd rather fish off.
I know this is your deal. Yeah.
I would rather do this than anything.
I really enjoy this stuff when I get to do it. Man, sometimes, you know, this lake with modern electronics and navionics, just everything you fish gets fished so much that I just get tired of trading spots with guys, and I end up running back in the back of a creek on a grass flat, and there's nobody back there, and I go back there and I fish for 3 days in a row and catch them, and there's nobody there, so I just kind of end up doing that. But I'd rather do this. The big fish factor, too. I mean, listen, I catch a lot of big fish up shallow in the heat of the summer, but like that one I just hooked, like,
yeah,
dude, it's out here to be had if you can stay on them. Sometimes when you get so many people out here, it's hard to stay on them.
I think I missed that school on that little cast.
Yeah, I think so. I think you were a little bit to the right that time.
I know.
Go ahead, Johnny Kid. Trade me size.
I better put down in Carolina rig anyway. Oh, you going back in there, big perm?
Yeah.
Kind of hard not to.
If you get a bite like that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to.
I throw the big shaky head worm out there, and I get a dang giant bite, and I throw the big fish bait, the big jig out there, big 3/4 ounce jig, throw it out there, and I get this little 2-pounder, or whatever he was. He's about 2 pounds, I think. Come on, J-Bo, let's get 1 or 2 more off this whole spot, dude.
Come on, right down there. I think it's a fish.
Yeah, it's something like right underneath us. Yep. On the old live side. Of course, the live side's pointing the wrong direction. The school's over here, live side's pointing that way.
Yep.
I need to get that thing mounted on something that's separate from my trolling motor shaft so I can manipulate it whichever direction I want to.
That's what a lot of people do with them.
Yeah, Heath kind of did a homemade version of his Garmin one on his, and it works really well. I need to get something like that going.
So that way you can just turn that thing facing.
You know, I ordered that live scope of that transducer, they just kind of mounted it all like that on the trolling motor shaft. And
yeah.
Not really a fan of that. It doesn't do you any good because you can't ever, especially when you're fishing, you know, wind and stuff, you can't ever point it at the school.
Yeah. The school might be done.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't talk
You're right.
Negativity.
They might be, but I'm hoping against all hope that we're going to get another one.
Worst case scenario, we can always come back to them.
Another 1 or 2, yeah.
Worst case scenario, you can let them set.
Absolutely.
To me, that's the main thing that you need to do is if you find a school and if they're
Retread,
biting it,
yeah.
you know, like, and
Let them regroup, yeah.
Let them set for about 30 minutes and then come back to them.
Let them regroup and then retread it. Make me 1 more cast out here, J-Bo.
I ain't got a peck on this Carolina rig.
Well, ain't none of us got a peck since you sat down and tied it on. Should have just kept the bait in there and kept the school going. Might still be catching them. That's a deal too. You know, even when you catch a big one, try to hurry up and get a bait back in that school.
Yeah, that's the main deal.
A lot of times if you can keep them biting, you'll keep catching them. If you let them kind of rest and you get a bait, you don't put a bait in there for a little while, it can kind of...
Once you catch that first one, keep your bait in there as many times as you can.
That's right.
That bite on that jig was coming.
Yeah, I love that bite. Yeah, even that little one, that bite I had on that little one on that jig was good.
Make 1 more cast.
baby. One of y'all bite. Let's go look at some more, Bubba.
Egg roll.
God dog it, man. Dude, we better catch a real big one today. That's gonna bother me so bad.
We can always come back here.
I know. I'm just saying, like, we need to get a giant in the boat, or that's gonna bother me so bad. Well, this, yeah, I don't think so. It's not even noon yet. You're right. This is true. So the last offshore spot we had was obviously productive. Got a few bites off of it. I lost that big one. And now we've actually transitioned to do something else. Honestly, the only reason we're doing this is just to kind of show you that we can do all these different things in May. We started out this morning fishing chatterbaits on a grass line. Then we went out and fished some offshore structure. Now we're gonna go up here, and there's some flooded mats on this bank right here. We're putting on the big weights, pulling out the big rods. We're gonna go try to punch a couple up just to kind of show you some of the variance that's going on, like so many different ways you can catch them on Lake Fork right now. And keep in mind, guys, we're only at the middle of the day. Like, we're not fishing a full day. Like, it's just a lot of different good things going on Lake Fork. And we kind of want to show you, I guess, this has turned into, we want to show you as many different ways to catch them as we can. What do you think, J-Bo?
100%. Let's go catch them.
He has nothing to say. He is dead set on getting that weight tied as fast as possible so he can get here and punch these mats with me. We're about to go get them.
They're swimming up there.
Turtle. Or gar. That's a gar. Old retarded gar.
If I was a fish, I'd probably be a gar.
Because you're dumb?
I'd be a carp.
Both dumb. Because you're dumb? Is that what we're going, is that what we're going for here?
Yeah.
Dang. Flipped it up there and that sucker, Matt just ate my bait. Didn't even think about going through there. Went through that time.
How about a first flip?
Oh, first flip on the punching.
First flip.
Oh, first flip on the punching. How about that? Huh?
Oh, first flip action. Hey, come here.
There's not a variety of ways to catch them at Lake Fork, folks, I promise. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. There's my hole from the other day when I caught one like you caught. There's your hole. Now this is my old hole right here.
Get that needle nose up there.
Now that we have some.
Now that we have some, thanks to my lovely bride.
Thanks to your lovely wife. That's right.
For jerking mine out of my boat and bringing it here.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Oh, first flip action, my man.
Oh.
I told you we wanted to pull them up, catch them up spot, J-Bo. This old pull up, catch them up spot right here.
First flip. I like it. I like it.
Dude, we're giving away like all the good stuff all in one like 3 or 4 hour video today. Like, folks at home, if you want to know all kinds of ways to catch them in all kinds of areas to catch them on Fork, you might want to watch today's episode of your Lake Fork homie. Let's get them, dog. That's the beautiful part about it is you can just, man, god dang, just whatever you want to do, you can kind of go do this time of year, man. You know, to some extent. Now, power pulled us down so we can kind of flip this apart since I literally, the last day on the water I had, which was a couple days ago because I took the weekend off, I pulled up, that hole right there is my hole.
Yeah.
And now that's your hole over there. We got the YLFG hole and the Johnny Kidd hole.
Oh, come on, go down in there.
Maybe I need the old black and blue and the skirt on. You just play catch with him? Flipped it in there when you pulled up on it, he had it?
Yep. I think I pumped it maybe 2 times.
Oh, did you hop it a little bit? I guess.
I think I pumped it twice.
Did you feel him bite it, or did he just have it?
No, that was a soft bite. He was kind of hard.
Gotcha. I don't even feel him bite it. I just feel it when I pick up on it, it feels heavy. Dude, the other day, one of these punching fish, I flipped in there, and like as my bait hit the mat, and you know the bait just goes, a lot of times just goes right through the mat most of the time. As my bait went through the mat, the whole mat goes. Oh. Dude, and I picked up, my line was tight, boom, set him, and he was buried up in that grass. It was awesome. It was awesome.
That's not the bite that you want in the mat.
Braid went to squealing, grass went to flying. It was just, you know.
That's those bites that I like when that braid just going.
Yep, that's a beautiful thing. Them guys were out there fishing deeper on that point, and you pulled up here and caught that fish on the first flip. Now look at them. They pulled up on that other bank like, man, maybe we'll flip some of that grass over here.
First flip wonder, huh?
Can't blame them. Now we just need to get us a couple more. Yeah, that'll be a, you just hold on, we'll go fetch him type deal. Put that ghost in the four-wheel drive mode and go fetch him. That's the only option you got at that point. All right, we'll start clicking along here a little bit, moving a little bit.
Oh, now. Almost need about a daggone freaking ounce and a half.
Yeah, this stuff's pretty tough. Some of it is, I just try to pick apart the parts that look thinner, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just try to focus on hitting the parts that look a little thinner and bait goes right in there. Or even if there's a hole, I'll hit the hole. A lot of these fish we're catching right on the edge of this mat, they're not very far up under it. Most of the fish we catch, like when you flip back in here, we don't really ever catch too many flipping back in there like that. Of course, first couple bites I got were on the edge, and then I just didn't really flip anywhere else. So, you know, I haven't spent much time flipping up in the mat because the first few bites I got were right out on the edge. So, you know how that is. Then we get into that habit. Hard to break.
Once something starts working, then you just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get off that train. Woo! I just seen a bunch of brim scattered when my bait popped out of that mat. That's the deal, man. And brim hanging around the edges of these mats, and bass sit right up under that edge and pick them dang brim off, Jack.
Got that one over there. I always like it when you literally freaking pitch that blade in there, right when you pick it up.
Oh yeah. Dude, to me, when I'm punching, like most of my bites, you're playing catch with them. They just catch it on the way down.
That's how I like catching them.
One other thing I like about it, you can cover so much water, like you can go pretty quick because it's such a reaction bite, man. You just flip and move and flip and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to sit there and take your time picking it apart. You just flip and go, flip and go.
Right off the point right there off that grass, I'd have to be in there. You would think anyway. Yep.
That's grass.
Had it been a bass.
I don't know, but you just said that, and I pulled up and it felt tight.
Had it been a bass, he'd have had a dadgum headache.
Here's a pro tip of the day about punching, guys. If you ain't swinging and missing quite a bit, you're not doing it right. You're missing a lot of fish.
I just pulled up and hit that dadgum mat of grass. Because
there's a lot of times you'll flip that bait in there and they'll catch it, and you won't have a clue that they bit it, and they're on it. You know what I mean? Like when I pull up and it's tight, man, I'll swing, you know. You got to be conscious if you got your partner off your right hand side, make sure you don't swing that 1 ounce weight with that shark gaff right towards him.
I thought that happened before. That hurt.
Yeah, it sucks real bad.
By the sound of your tone, I feel like that you've had it happen to you too.
Dude, if you punch with customers, you learn to dodge stuff real quick.
Especially with this big of a weight.
Well, when I'm punching with customers, I try to make sure we're going this way so that they're swinging the weight to their right shoulder, you know? Let's get them, dog. We got another mat, another stretcher mat, another stretcher mat.
Lucky.
I mean, this whole pocket we can punch too. This whole little slew in here we can punch. I punched them up and cut them up in here the other day. The old pull-up, catch 'em up spot. Whoa, whoa. My old braid dug in from pulling out of that old hang up there. Well, I set the hook on that mat. Oh, is that right?
Hey now.
You see that over there? Oh, no, he's a little bitty guy, but he's hung in that dang grass. I lost him too. Dadgummit. Man, I'm having a hard time. I mean, I saw that fish. I know for sure that was a bite. He was little though.
Little bitty guy. The little guy that
Dang it, dude, he tore my cricket up too. Just keep us right here, bud. Don't move us a bit. Oh hell. I brought these just for this deal right here if we came and did it.
What do you got?
Nirvana.
Woohoo.
Nirvana prawns. Yeah, I threw a brand new pack of Nirvana prawns in here just in case we came punching today. All right, here you go, I'm back. Man, dang nose. All right. I caught that fish kind of back in that little sparse stuff back there where I hung that last one. Ooh. Grass bite?
Yep.
Yeah, that looked like a grass bite because you're right on the top of the mat there.
Just had to double check it.
I understand. You gotta do that sometime.
Had that, I mean, even if it was a bass, that hook set sucked anyway.
You get that on them big jaws.
They doing a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Welcome to May in Texas, I guess.
That's right. Month of millions. Catch a million different bass on a million different techniques. There'll be one somewhere in this corner of this mat that runs up to this dock right here. You know it?
Get him, boy.
I gotta put a new hook on. I've had this hook on here forever and ever and ever and ever. And the keeper finally broke off on that last fish. The little keep my bait keeps sliding down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pick that sucker apart and catch us one out of here, J-Bo. Oh, Johnny Kid.
Come on, go through it.
Working up a good lather today, bud. It's hot. Alright, pick these poles up and back out of here. Surprised you didn't catch one right in here somewhere.
Pick that sucker apart, wherever you
I know you did, Bubba. Where you go, J-Bo?
Right to the side of your brain.
You're fired.
I'm sure that's crap. I hit one the other day with mine. I hit mine the other day, and good lord, that thing freaking echoed. I smacked it.
Yeah, you catch solid every once in a while, it's loud.
I think I hit it with a half-ounce football field. Maybe with a half-ounce something.
Did you hit it with a hoe? Yeah, is what I want to know. J-Bo, can I get a hoe? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. There you go. I'll do it and have no shame.
You don't do it as loud as damn Ronnie does it. I know that. That sucker.
In the middle of Walmart.
That sucker
church.
Get enthusiastic about that hoe, yeah.
That boy will do it in church, man.
Yeah, there ain't no shame in his game ever. Of any kind.
Ooh, it's a thick old mat. You think that one right up there by that dock and that wall? You would think.
You know, the part that surprised me the last time I went through here, we didn't. This next stretch of mat over here, we didn't catch any, dude, and it gets like deep under that mat. Like it's a pretty good drop off coming off that wall right there on the other side of this dock, and it's like the deepest water under any of the mats in here, and we didn't get a single bite in there, and kind of caught them pretty steady in the rest of it, you know.
Can't get mine down on the mat to save my dang life.
You got it in there that time.
Oh, that's a pretty deep mat right there.
Yeah, right here it's deep. It's deep right here, but it's deeper on this one on the other side of the dock. Yeah, that little stretch up there has some good depth on it. Little drain swings in there by or something, I guess.
Get your big old one out there, Billy.
Let's scoot around this dock real quick. It's crazy on this trolling motor. This is 7.
Seriously?
Yeah. This is 7. Like I can't turn it up to max. If I hit something, I'll break the trolling motor. Like it's crazy how fast this trolling motor is.
The reason you say that is because you found that out.
The hard way. The only one that's broken a Lawrence trolling motor shaft. The only one. This guy. It's my claim to fame, homie.
We've always said if you want to know if it'll last, you can let Billy have it.
I would point that more at Ronnie, honestly. Ronnie breaks more stuff on a boat than anybody ever seen in my life. Ronnie will break more stuff on his boat this year than me and you will in like most of our guiding career combined. Yeah, it's like right out here, dude. It's deep as hell. Let's do it. If I hook one up there, I'm screwed. I guess I can't even take the boat to that one. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, get through there.
Deep under this mat. Under this stretch right here, deep, boy, it's deep. I know you'd think you'd catch them under this mat right here, but we didn't the other day.
You do, it'd probably be real like a freaking tank.
Biggest punching fish I've ever caught on fork. That's been probably 4 or 5 years ago now, maybe. It was right here.
Really?
Yep. I take that back. Second biggest. Second biggest. The biggest was in Bell Branch years ago. Same year though. I had a punching bite about 4 or 5 years ago. We had a bunch of hyacinth in the lake that year.
Yeah.
And man, I had a punching bite. I think I was the only one punching. It just wasn't anything anybody, certainly wasn't anything anybody talked about. Man, it's just golly.
And that was just a pattern that you probably had it all to yourself.
I had it all to myself. I had the whole run of the lake. I could fish it from one end to the other and had the whole pattern to myself. And man, did I catch some fish doing that, dude. It was amazing. It was great. she gets hung up on my stuff in there.
There's a big old snake back there.
Where?
Right back behind the boat.
Oh, that's a little one. But I mean, they're all deadly to me. So.
I love when you posted that one video last year. Like you nearly running out of the back of the boat.
Well, why you gotta bring up old stuff, right? Why you gotta bring back bad? Like that snake was trying to get in my boat. This one's just cruising. He going over there, old Matt. I would say the biggest water moccasin I've ever seen in my life was right in here on sitting on top of one of these mats just like this. I was just going along, flipping, punching a mat. All of a sudden, I flipped right next to something. I was like, what's that? Oh, God. I lost. Yeah, it was huge water moccasin, dude. That was a bite.
Get him.
He didn't get it. Or did he? I don't know. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And I lost him.
What is that?
Dude, I'm just having a tough day out there. Bro, I've lost more fish today than I've lost in a month.
That dude had it literally freaking 2 foot out of that mat.
He bit it. I felt him bite it as soon as he went in. I thought he dropped it, but it was because he like swam at me with it. And then I set the hook, and it was like under the grass and through the river to grandmother's house we go, and I monkeyed it up, bro. I monkeyed it up. Pretty little punching bite in here though, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
Don't be telling Ronnie Kelly. That sucker will come in here and hold jump the heck out of me in here if you tell Ronnie Kelly about this.
Oh, Captain Ron.
Captain Ron be in here hold jumping me, man. Don't be telling Captain about this. All y'all watching, y'all don't tell Captain either. Oh, hold jumper. The buzzard. Just gonna call Ronnie the buzzard from now on.
The buzzard?
Yeah, old hole buzzard. Just call him the buzzard.
Got it? Nope.
Good bite?
Yep. Picked it up once. Yeah, it might be the second time it fell.
Flip it right back in there.
We'll get it that time.
Funny how you'll go down a stretch with no bites and all of a sudden you'll get like 2 or 3 in a row. You know what I mean? On these grass stretches,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, you know?
All those fish are basically set in the same spot just about. Like you'll find a little pod of them here, pod there.
Yep. They wad up under that old mat.
Got to treat these little. Basically, what I like to do is I like to treat these mats like an offshore ledge or point.
Mm-hmm. There's a sweet spot.
Once you get bit, you need to sit there and keep making that same little flip.
Little sweet spots in them for sure. No doubt about it, brother.
We'll get a little punch and bite in May, and this bite will just keep getting better and better.
Yeah, it gets better and better till about the end of June, early July, and then it fades.
Yeah.
It goes away.
Just because it's literally just...
It just starts they start losing oxygen back in some of this stuff, and they bail out.
You hear people talk about, man...
Now, if you have hydrilla...
That's a different story.
This ain't got no hydrilla or coontail with it. If you have hydrilla in here, then it'll last all summer.
Yeah.
But there ain't no hydrilla in here. This is just...
That corner over by that dock, that looks pretty.
This is just flooded vegetation. I'm gonna flip back around and make a couple more pictures on that point where I lost it. Dude, the bad thing was that one that I lost is like the best punching fish we've had.
Yeah.
Like, not only am I losing the fish, but I'm losing the good ones. He probably would have called that smallest fish in our best 5, I bet. He'd have been right there at it, maybe called him. And then, of course, I lost the giant offshore earlier. Dude, if we were in a team tournament, you'd be ready to fire me. I know that. You'd have to go find you a new partner that could actually put a dang good one in the boat.
Come on, go in there. redheaded reptile going. What the heck? This thing Huntway don't like him. There it is. Raking hay. Raking hay or something? Yeah.
Probably about to rake my nose into a conniption. That's what he's about to do. Dude, he swam way out of the mat with it. I mean, I couldn't catch up to him. He swam so far out of the mat with it.
That part of this video is going to be funny. I ducked like a little girl when I heard that rod one.
Well, you see what I did? I set the hook right over the top of my head so that I wouldn't hit you.
I'm not going to lie. That kind of scared me.
That's how you know a dude's punched with guide customers in the boat before. Because I didn't just go like this. I set it, you know, up over the top of my head so it wouldn't get you.
That one scared me. Because I didn't know nothing. All I heard was woof. That's a little bitty guy.
Little bitty guy. Man, he ate that sucker on the way in, and I'm gonna tell you, if you're a tournament fisherman on Lake Fork, like, cause man, I catch overs doing this, punching a lot, but man, I catch a lot of like unders and like good unders, like 2 pound unders. Man, if you're a tournament fisherman on Lake Fork, to me, this is maybe, you know, in May, in the first half of June, maybe the most overlooked tournament technique on Lake Fork is punch and match. Just get you a 1 ounce weight, a little beaver style creature bait. We're using the 6 cents prawn, and just punch these flooded mats like this, dude, and you can catch like this big old heavy cover like this. These fish are in this every single day. Like once they start getting under mats, there's fish in it every day. And never fails.
For the most part, they don't move.
Yeah, it never fails. Like there's always, if you got a good mat, there's fish under it, you know. In fact, that where I just caught that was where I had that one that shook the mat the other day. So I mean, you'll even get these little magical stretches like we were talking about, where you'll have just a stretching mat that just always has fish in it. And like I said the other day, the first one on the first flip.
Yep.
Well, that's right where I caught one. Like you'll have these little stretches of these mats that'll just hold fish day in, day out. And man, for tournament fishing, dude, you come through here and catch you. And if you go to get after this early in the morning and stay on it all day, you can catch 25, 30 fish a day. I mean, you see how fast we're catching them in here right now. I mean, can you imagine if you just put your trolling motor down and did nothing but punch grass all day, you can catch 25 or 30 fish doing it. No problem. And have a real legit chance at an over, because I do catch overs pretty frequently punching mats. You know, them big Florida stream bass, they love some heavy cover, and it don't get no heavier than what we're flipping right now. But you know, coming here and pretty well be assured you're gonna have you an 8 to 10 pound, you know, 8 or 9 pound limit of unders doing this. You know, I've taken people out pre-fishing for the Skeeter's owner tournament, which is early June, and I almost always show people, a lot of people that I take out, I show them this punching bite because, oh God, they'll cast a check on it.
Get him, boy.
There we go. As you can see, stop it now. I don't know where that hook is.
Exhibit A.
I don't know where that hook is anymore. I can't tell if it's upside down or not. That dang braid's cutting my hand. There we go.
Right where that one should be, right off of that little point of that grass.
Not a giant, but you know, good little.
It's a good little healthy fish.
Nice fish right there, really nice fish. Dark, 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 living under that map. Dude, and we're just going around. I mean, we're catching them pretty darn quick, you know?
Yeah, we're catching them pretty quick, dude.
Oh,
the only other way you probably catch them as quick is if you just found them really setting offshore.
Found a good school offshore, you could, yeah.
Other than that, but right now,
which those big schools are just hard, few and far between right now. There's just not a lot of those real big schools out there right now. Probably exposing a little bit of something, because dude, I just got on this bite this last week.
Yeah.
Probably might be exposing it still a little bit too early in the ball game right now. Might have should have kept this to myself for a little while, because again, man, this is just something that not a lot of people will do, you know. And I'll tell you, when you first start, be ready to miss a lot of bites. Like, be ready to feel them spit it out, and then you set the hook, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Like, don't get discouraged. You just gotta, it takes time to learn how to feel that, because they just pick it up and hold them. It's just a pick it up, hold them bite a lot of times, you know, where you don't really feel a thump. You just pick it up and kind of feel spongy or heavy. And if you do that and you just hold a little light tension, if you feel any movement at all, that's when it's time to swing. And we actually have some really good in-depth punching videos on the Guys Network on this channel, so. Guys been spraying some weed killer around this dock, so it's got all that grass dead. Ain't gonna be a fish anywhere near that. They get spraying that dang Roundup on it, and fish just vacate that little vicinity. I need a new cricket again. Tore the head out pretty bad. It's still hanging on right now, I guess. We have 5 or 6 bites in here punching so far, I think.
Yeah, probably around that. I really haven't been keeping count.
I'm the worst at counting, dude.
I don't count how many I caught. I say, I think my best 5 went this. Or
Yep.
did that. I don't keep counting how many I caught.
Yep.
Size matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if we had that one stud, boy, I know I keep saying this, but if we just had that one stud big old kicker fish, we'd be having a day now.
I'd have a little 30-something pound bag we had him.
Be close to it. We'd be real close to 30 if we had him.
Oh, a little dirty 30.
Yeah, we'd be extremely close to 30. We'd be between 25 and 30 if we'd caught that fish.
Dirty 30.
Can't ever complain about a 30-pound bag. I don't care where you are in the country. how good the fishing is. You catch 30-pound bag, you can't be unhappy. Now we had the opportunity to today, by golly.
But my partner.
You hush. You hush. You hush.
I haven't talked about it in like 5 or 10 minutes.
I know. I keep bringing it up because it's. I really got to get a new cricket now. She done ripped her halfway down the body.
She gone.
She gone. That's all right. We got plenty of these. 6 cents prawns, baby.
I know November might be at the color.
Yeah. Yeah. You want one?
Yeah. No problem.
We'll just pull the bag out.
This one's about had it on the top anyway. They just ripped off.
We'll probably just flip down this stretch right in front of us right here, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay.
So we've been doing this. This is going to be a long segment here. We've been doing this for a while.
Appreciate you.
Oh God, we done crossed swords here.
You haven't touched my rod, Billy.
We done gone rod to rod. Yeah, I think we'll just, I mean, we've caught plenty of fish. I know it's not, I mean, half a day or whatever it is, but we'll just fish down this stretch right here, and then we'll call it a day. We got, I mean, it's gonna be hard for somebody to sit through that many hours of fishing.
Yep.
As far as the video goes, so I don't know if you guys are still watching, man. Y'all drop it down there in the comments and let us know. Is this okay? I mean, I don't know how long this video is going to be, and probably be at least, I mean, I don't know, we got about 4 hours of fishing time, so I imagine it'll be 3 or 4 hours, something like that anyway, of fishing time, you know, in between the graphing. You know, got to take away a little way for all the time we spent graphing. But if you guys are enjoying this and wouldn't mind seeing it be even longer, let us know. We'll certainly take it longer next time if y'all want to, but right now we've caught a pretty good amount of fish. Like I said, had a chance at a big bag, so we're gonna finish flipping out down this stretch of grass probably to the end of this point right here, and then probably gonna wrap it up for y'all. What do you think, J-Bo? You good with that?
I'm perfectly fine with that.
Johnny Kidd.
Wrap it up for the day, go home and set an AC.
Getting that ball there, son. It is getting hot today now, I will tell you.
It is.
Had me a little, now we got some breeze. That lather on me's kind of gone away there for a while. Boy, had me a little lather worked up. Like an old racehorse getting ready to run. Had a little chalk line going down my shoulders. You know what I mean?
I got you, brother. I got you.
That dang Nirvana color is so good.
I love that color.
On everything. I throw it on that Divine Shaky Worm Wacky. I throw it on the Clout Stick Bait. I throw it on the Stroke or Crawl. I mean,
that's about the only color there's out there because
it's such a good color, and it works in any watercolor condition. It's good for dirty water. It's good for clean water. It's just a good dang color, man. What have I got going on here, J-Bo?
Caught a bunch of lettuce. I'm gonna go get the ranch out.
Goes that monkey molesting that football again. You say somebody get the ranch out?
I'm gonna get the ranch out. You don't call salad.
I expect better out of you than that. You can do better than that. That wasn't your best line ever.
That wasn't my best line.
No, that was a little corny.
I wasn't trying.
I mean, I expect more out of you, to be honest with you.
I've said some pretty good stuff today, so you gotta let me have that. That was terrible.
Have you now? My man says, I had some good ones today. You gotta let me have a slip up now and again. What's that? What they said in the beginning of Friday Night Lights? Can you be perfect? Can you be perfect, Johnny Kidd? Can you? Can you? Well, go ahead and answer that question. No, Coach, you sure can't, because Booby Miles is going to blow his knee out, and y'all ain't going to beat Midland Lee without Booby. I mean, if you want to win, let Booby spin. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't seen that movie in a hot minute.
John, do you even know what I'm talking about?
I actually do, yeah.
That's good.
I actually do.
If you want to win, you got to let Booby spin with his Terminator X towel, so he can go out there and blow his other knee out 35 times. Big dummy. How about you heal up before you go back out there and ruin your whole career, you dummy?
Wouldn't be.
That dude had the whole world in front of him and just had to go out and ball out, man. That's a hard deal, man. You get those guys that are, you know, hey, talk to me with that squealing.
Ball out.
talk to me with that squealing and then you lost him. What the heck?
He wasn't very big though. At least I'm gonna tell myself.
He was just in a big piece of grass, so he did all that squawking at you.
Yep.
Them crickets are down on the floor right now.
Daggum chicken.
The crickets are down on the floor right now, J-Bo.
I'll be honest.
Did you hear me?
My lunch.
He ate your lunch?
He kind of ate my lunch.
He got you.
I went a while without getting a bite. Now I look really dumb because I missed one.
Well, this ain't your deal, man. This is my deal. That's how it's supposed to go. I'm supposed to lose the offshore fish, and you're supposed to lose the inshore fish. The inshore, did you hear that? We're fishing saltwater now, Han.
Offshore?
We on them flats on them reds, fishing inshore today, folks. Come on, give us a good one to end on. Like, give us one of them old 5-6 pounders to end on. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Just pull one of them old big heads up out of under this old heavy mat.
Next one I get, you're gonna get a headache.
You're gonna get popped.
I ain't doing that crap no more.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Daggum halfway hook set. I ain't doing that no more.
Ain't no room for halfway hook sets, folks. Ain't no call for it. Gar swimming down that grass line there. Big dummy gar. 18 of them chasing that one female. Them gar got a weird mating ritual, you know it? Of course, them gar kind of got a weird everything ritual. Like everything gar do is kind of weird.
And most humans are probably the same way. I mean, if we really want to start talking about
got weird mating rituals. I mean, have you seen what some of these guys are wearing these days with their skinny jeans and their, you know, them guys that got the embroidering and, you know, maybe some rhinestones or something on the back pockets of their jeans?
Yeah, I kind of question.
My papa passed away a few years back now, but my papa used to see old boy wearing them jeans with all that stitching and rhinestone, whatever on the back pocket. He'd say, look at there. That's the only way he can get into a girl's breeches. Old Papa, he had the jokes, man. He told me some stuff I can't say on camera when I was about 14 years old, I guarantee you. Papa was the man. I also can't say it on camera because I can't let his daughter, my mother, hear it. That it came from her daddy. Mom, if you're watching, I apologize. I seriously doubt my mom's made it through 3 hours of a fishing video.
You never know.
But you never know, because I'm her baby boy.
She might be watching it. Let's see what he says that's going to be stupid.
That's the one.
I love your mom, though.
That's the one thing about mamas, man. They love you like you're a brand new baby till the day you die, Jack. Until the day they die.
It don't matter if you're 16 or 30.
It don't matter. She can be 85 and you be 55, 60. She'll still love you like you're a brand new baby boy. Ain't nothing like the love of a mama.
Even with all that, you can be 55 and 60 and you're still living. They will spank you like you're 2 years old.
Oh yeah, they'll put you in your place still too. That's right, that's right. Which thank God, because I need it. Like somebody needs to put me in my dang place. I know that.
I do like your mama though. She's a sweet, sweet lady.
Yeah, she's crazy as hell, but she's sweet. I get it honest is what I'm trying to say. I guess I reckon.
We're literally 6 inches apart if we see who gets it.
We're A-rigging them things. We A-rigging them punch baits. I think we're about done. It gets really flat on this point. There's no depth on this mat right here. So we're going to wrap it up, folks. That's going to be it for the old extended version of the day on the water that we've never done before. Never before seen. Big to-doings here today. Johnny Kid. Me and Johnny the Kid got after him a little bit today.
We caught a couple big ones. Lost a really big one.
Yeah, started the day off, really right, getting out there and doing that. I was really glad that, it was your idea to start on that bank we started on, but that was really cool for me. It's a bank I do fish a lot too, but you've been fishing a lot lately and you wanted to start there, and we did. And man, that was really cool to be able to start on the bank, that it kind of all, my whole life changed on that bank in some aspect. And so to catch two good and right off the bat on that bank was neat this morning. For me to catch one literally right in between where my first two catches were. And I said it earlier, but I can't say it enough how important those fish catches were in my life.
That's awesome.
They weren't big giant fish, 5.5 pounder good fish, but they weren't like life-changing fish size-wise, but they were definitely life-changing fish as far as the effect they had on my passion for this lake. That's where it all started, was on those excuse me, those those two fish. But man, it was a great day, dude. Thank you so much for coming out here. Turn this way and look at them. There we go. It was a great day, man. We caught them, like I said, we caught them 3 different ways, really. In 3 different, very vastly different ways. Went up there and fished underwater vegetation, throwing moving baits, like throwing a chatterbait this morning on the underwater grass, hydrilla, a little bit of coontail, mostly hydrilla. Then we went out as deep as 30 foot of water, dragging a jig, dragging a big worm.
That was crazy.
Caught some sand bass, right?
Yep.
On Alabama rigging, a crankbait. And then came up here, finished it up, came up here. I wanted to do this just to see if we could do something just totally contradictory. We just left that 30-foot deep hole, ran right back here, and caught them up pretty good, punching them at.
You caught them up good.
Well, I lost them up good.
Yeah, that's true.
we got bit well punching them at, which, I mean, I always kind of scratch my head and wonder why more people don't do it. It's something that really gets overlooked out here at Lake Fork. So, good day, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you joining us for the first ever raw, uncut, somewhat live, not so live footage from Lake Fork. Again, brand new aspect for us, so please let us know what you thought about it. I got a feeling like if you're watching it at this point in the video, you probably liked it because you stayed around for a real long time. So
more than likely, this is going to be a long video.
It's going to be a real long video. It's going to be hours long. So raw, uncut footage from Lake Fork. Let us know what you think. Hey, a lot of the baits you saw, the big jig that I caught them on today, the big shaky head, okay, the punching rig, both the punch skirts, the punch weights, and the punch baits, the prawn, all that stuff you can find at 6centsfishing.com. If you go over at 6centsfishing.com, which is linked in the description, order anything you want and punch in that code, your Lake Fork Guider, to get you a 10% discount on all orders. Other than that, John, thanks one more time. Most importantly, thank each and every one of you guys for watching. It means the world, all the support that you guys show us. We will never, ever thank you enough. Hopefully you learned something from watching us go along in today's video, and we'll see you next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide.